Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to Tony the Mole Adams' YouTube channel. And he has to remind me at the end of the show, so I'm getting in early. Subscribe, like, and subscribe. So a lot happening in the world of rugby league. I'm sitting here in London. This is how we normally do the show. Tony's in Sydney, and we've got a bit of a revolution underway in British rugby league. It's finally got filtered down to the fans, Tony. It's been happening for a few weeks, but now it seems all the fans are aware of it.
Yeah, that's right. And it's probably a bigger story in your part of the world, isn't it? Because it really affects the British game and the British clubs. But certainly the Aussie clubs that I've been speaking to, they're very interested because it has ramifications for them and what they can do with players they don't want anymore and all sorts of things. As is typical in the NRL, clubs are thinking how this is going to suit them and what they can do with it. So, yeah, interesting times.
Okay, let's move on to your column, which you can read through the show notes on nine.com.au. That's what we talk about here on YouTube. And your first item is about a little bit about Australia and maybe a bloke moving in this direction to the UK. Scott Sorensen from the Penny Panthers.
Yeah, that's right. And it's you've got to feel sorry for the Panthers. The last few years, this has been happening to them. They've been losing players, but they've been up top of the comp. Well, right now they're third from the bottom, and Scott Sorensen is a real mainstay of that team. He's been missing the last 2 weeks after a bad concussion. Coincidentally, that's two of the games they've lost, and it shows his value to them. And also, he's one of the players not on huge money, so it's going to be a big loss to him if he goes in terms of salary cap and on the field. And I don't know which clubs in England are chasing him. Maybe that's one you can look up the next couple of days.
Okay, and all the junior comps are underway in Australia now, or most of them are. And you've uncovered a really worrying incident in one of the matches.
Yeah, that's right. And I didn't name the team or the club for a variety of reasons, but a player said to two rival players, "I'm going to slit your throat." And we're talking under 15s, and that's what really rocked me, that a kid under 15 would use that sort of threat at a carnival. And the two victims of his abuse were so shaken, they're undergoing counselling by a welfare manager, which is good to see that they're getting the help they obviously need. But it's sad times, and even sadder the perpetrator, because there's no real witnesses, there's no video, audio, or whatever. Nothing's happened to him. So yeah, a very sad story.
Chance Nickel Klukstar, there's been a lot of speculation about him moving on, a lot of speculation about him, like Scott Sorensen, maybe heading up my way, up to United Kingdom. That's what they say in New Zealand. They always say, that the UK is up. You're going up to England. They don't say, they say over in Australia, but everywhere is up from New Zealand, I guess. So what do you reckon, Tony? Where's he going to go?
Well, this is an interesting one. It's a double barrel one. Again, I don't know which clubs are interested, but he won't come cheap. So it's got to be a top club. But if he does go, it's only going to add fuel to the fire of Kalyn Ponga, perhaps returning to the country of his ancestry. His parents were Kiwis. He was actually born in Western Australia, which not a lot of people know, but he ended up spending some time in New Zealand before moving to North Queensland, where he debuted with the Cowboys. Now, of course, he's with the Knights and one of the genuine superstars of the NRL. But yeah, if Nickel Klokstad goes, there have been rumours Ponga might be on the move. And what better place for him to go than the land of his ancestry, as I said.
Now, we take pride on this show telling you new players' names before you hear them anywhere else, young players' names. So the viewers are going to be a bit disappointed when I throw out this new name, because it's not a new name at all, but it's a new player. What's the name, Tony?
Well, as far as I know, there's only been one Braith who's played first grade rugby league in the last 100 and whatever years, and that's Braith and Astor. And he made his debut for Canterbury exactly 25 years ago. Well, I've uncovered a kid called Braith Sloan, who, would you believe, has just been signed on a deal with the Bulldogs. He's a 17-year-old Indigenous youngster. He comes from Condobolin, which is a bush town in New South Wales. So I don't think he's related to the Braith we all know, but he's made a big impression on the Dogs. He's still at school at Newington College, where he's on a scholarship, doing very well in GPS rugby. But yeah, another one for the little black books, Braith Mark II.
Okay, Tony. Well, short and sweet a little bit this episode, but is there anything else you want to mention? Anything else happening in the news around the place that's caught your eye?
The Cherry Evans things keeps bubbling along. We keep hearing clubs are interested. We keep hearing clubs aren't interested. I'll give you a little tip that'll interest your English viewers, listeners, whatever we call them. Dom Young, he's been such a big hit here, but they started the year rather poorly at the Roosters. He's been named the play this week, but rumour has it he's going to be replaced late before the game by Mark Nakanawima, I believe is the closest I can get to pronouncing it. But I think the fans know who he is, a rugby union convert who's been very good for the Roosters in what's proving to be a very bad year.
There you go. There you go. I will attempt to say it. I think I could say it better than you, but I would still say it wrongly, so I'm not going to attempt it. I realise that I realise that by leaving the plug, the end of episode plug out of the last one we did, I had to generate these titles again. So I want you to understand the work that's gone into this. We're going to, if you're going to Magic Weekend, we can bring merch to you, international merch, Super League merch. Here's the website. Here's the email address. We're taking requests. Okay, Tony, that's awesome. Great to have Midweek Scoops back, and we'll talk to you, I think, once again before the weekend, all being well.
Yes. Now, have we told the people to like and subscribe?
Yes, we did it at the top of the show, remember?
Oh, well, we were telling them again. They can do it twice.